How's it going, everybody? So I just wanted to shoot a quick addendum to my previous key video. And I wanted to talk a little bit about my Cootie here. This is my new key because people had some questions about Cooties and I couldn't demo that in the previous video. So let me kind of talk about this key and let me talk about the difference between a Cootie and paddles. So a Cootie is a little bit different. A Cootie, and this one is cool because this is made by Steve Roberts, W1SFR. He makes these. This is a super cool key. This can be used as a Cootie and it can also be used as a single paddle. Let me move you this way so we're not getting a glare. That's a little better. So let me talk about how this works, okay? So unlike paddles, where when you move the paddle back and forth, you close the contacts and the keyer in the radio controls the dit and da length. This is like a straight key. When I close the contacts, right, it just sends a continuous tone. So when you send with one of these, you have to control the dit and da length yourself, right? So right, so I have to control that. You know, if I move the key slower, right, I can control how quickly it keys. And the length of those dit and das are entirely up to me. Right, so I can control that. Unlike the paddle, where let me put the radio back into auto. So if I go back up here to this UR5CDX key, right, so the keyer in the radio is controlling my key speed now. Right, so this key is cool because it is wired. It'll work both as a straight key as well as, it'll work as a Cootie and it'll also work as a single paddle. I want to call it an iambic key, but it's not really because the iambic you need to be able to squeeze. But this will work on the keyer in the radio. So I've got it set right now to auto, and if I hit the key, right, so now it's working like a single paddle. So that's one of the neat things about these keys is because of the way it's wired, you can use this as a Cootie or as a single paddle key. So for somebody like me who normally keys with paddles and the keyer in the radio controls the dit and da speed, this is nice because I can switch back and forth. So if I want to use it as a standard paddle, I can. But if I want to play around in Cootie mode, which I've been doing a lot lately, I can put the radio back in manual. So it's kind of fun. So if you're looking to get into a Cootie, you don't have a lot of options out there. There are a few. NZ3N makes one, or N3ZN makes one. CW Morse makes some. I've got a CW Morse Cootie that I played with a little bit, but I never really could send real well on it. Steve makes some really nice ones, though. So if you're looking for a nice Cootie, just Google W1SFR and check out his stuff. I mean, it's not super cheap, but it's not real expensive either. This key was like $200, which in the grand scheme of things is fairly reasonable as far as keys go. This is not a beginner's key. This is not the kind of thing you'd want to learn on. But for somebody like me who wants to dabble, but I still want to be able to switch back and use it as a single paddle key if I want to, this is nice because I can key in Cootie mode, or I can switch the radio back into auto and use it as a single paddle key. So I just wanted to show people the Cootie because I did have a lot of questions. So if you've got any other questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. Other than that, I really appreciate everybody watching. I hope you learned something, and I'll see you in the next one. 7-3.